floods of grief, Patacara. So the dad was going to be very angry. He was terrified of the father. He was going to kill him, but one thing had left to another, and in due course, she became pregnant. Love was blind. So the baby was in, and he loved her. And there they were. But she was deeply insecure, remember, and she had all these memories of the security of home. And as the time for delivering the baby drew near, she asked her husband about going to return to her parents in Savatthi. But her parents disliked that husband. He avoided answering. What was running through his mind was the father. And the father looked like, I'm gonna kill you if I ever track you down. You went away with my daughter. I'll kill you. So there's no way he was going to make the journey home. What might happen at the other end? Anybody's guess. So one day, while husband was away with some work, she set out to walk to the home of her parents across fields and rivers through forests. So, on her way, the husband came home early and found out she had left. So he quickly went on foot to catch up with her and persuade her to come and return home. But her mind was set on it. And it so happened that as her birthing time was drawing so near, she had to give birth to a child in one of the bushes. After the birth of her son, she returned home together with her loving husband, and he was very relieved. And on they went. A beautiful young baby with a little sari. Mum was happy, and life went on as usual, went back to normal with her being happy, taking care. Now her husband was still understandably extremely afraid of her father. I mean, Patachara's wealthy father was very, very angry with the servant who had eloped with his precious daughter. So no chance and no ideas of going for a visit round mum and dad or the father-in-law's place. No way, no way. So life went back to normal, and she went about the business of taking care of a 1-year-old or a baby-year-old, and so it went on. Just like that. Well, guess what? Then 1 year later, she was again pregnant with child, and as the time for birthing drew near, taking her son with her, she set off again for her parents' home, picking him up. And the two of them set off on the long, long journey that was to become a dark night. So she could have stayed at home, but oh no, she was feeling like being back in the security of parents' place. Well, her husband followed her and caught up with her on the way. But again, her time for delivery was coming on very fast, and it was also starting to rain very, very hard. So they discussed it, and she was having labour pains. And looking around, there was no real way they could go all the way back, and the torrential rain had really started having. But her labour pains and kicking inside and everything was starting to get extremely painful and urgent, so she knew it was time. So in spite of all the rain and all of the beginning to rise up waters from the nearby rivers, she had to get into cover. So the husband helped out there, and she started to get ready. But water was flooding everywhere. The husband looked for a suitable place for birthing, and while he was clearing a little patch of land, he was bitten by a poisonous snake, and he died instantly. Yeah. He mustn't disturb the snake. Snakes most like to go away, be left alone. If they are disturbed, then your hands are down on the ground, scooping up all of the leaves to make a shelter. He was nowhere to be seen. So the rain poured. Patacara waited for her husband. She waited and waited. The rain poured down. And while waiting for his return in anxiety and pain, she gave birth to her second son. It wouldn't look quite as comfortable as that. Patacara waited and waited with high anxiety. The rain poured down. It was the dark, dark night. Cold, wet and damp. No shelter. Just the three of them. Waiting and waiting. She cuddled up with her newborn baby and her 1-year-old son. So in the morning she went off to look for her husband. Nowhere to be seen. She looked here and she looked there. She waited and she waited, and first night came. Still no husband. She was getting really, really worried. There's no way he would have just left. No way. So rain still drizzling and still coming down and coming and going, increasing and decreasing as you were near behind me. But still no husband. But how long can you wait? She waited for hours, and the babies were hungry and they were also cold and wet and frightened. What to do? What to do? All she wanted was to get back to the safety of her mum and dad's nice cozy palace, that sort of really nice building. In the morning she searched for her husband more, then she only found his dead body. Oh no, and she'd seen. Upon finding his body laying there, Patacara exclaimed, "No, my dear husband, wake up, no." But his body was dead, stone cold. She was destroyed, she was in shock. Her mind went into overload. What to do? All she could think of was get home. She set off broken-hearted for her parents' house, carrying the newborn baby with her 1-year-old, all three of them crying and sobbing, muddy, soaked, desperate. No,